So welcome to Corporate Gita. There are prayers on the screen. Please chant with me. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurannilitam Yena Tasmai Shigurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Uttapadakamram Shri Gurum Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatamritam Tvam साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. We will continue from where we had stopped. We just started the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Um, Let me open the PPT. And we had completed 7 verses, so we'll start with the 8th verse. So this particular chapter is explaining how everything is inside Krishna. Okay, how everything is inside Krishna. This is the aim of this chapter. The previous chapter, 10th chapter, was how everything was, how Krishna is in everything. How Krishna is in everything. Yeah, how Krishna is in everything. We went through all these shlokas here, that among the Adityas he is Vishnu, among the Rudras he is Shiva, among the Pandavas he is Arjuna, among the Vasus he is Agni, among the lights he is the sun, among the stars he is the moon. So whatever is sublime is coming from Krishna. So we went through all these things, which Krishna gave this knowledge to Arjuna, so that wherever Arjuna sees, he can see Krishna. Okay, he may see water bodies, he may see the ocean, and then he can remember Krishna. That Krishna is the ocean. He can see the trees, then he can see the banyan tree, and then he will say Krishna is the banyan tree. Like that, one will be able to remember Krishna wherever he sees. Okay. So that was the aim of the 10th chapter, how Krishna is in everything. Now the aim of 11th chapter is how everything is inside Krishna. And one of the major reasons of this chapter is to prove that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, is the Parama Ishvara. Because anyone can say, I am God, right? And we know that there are many institutes, many so called spiritualists who end up saying, I am God, and many people follow also them. So, if someone is God and Krishna also says, I am also God, then he has to prove that. Okay, he has to prove that. So, Arjuna asked Krishna, show me your universal form, Virat Rupa. Virat Rupa is that Rupa which encompasses all the universes, all the creation. So then only you can say that I am God, right? If everything is inside him, then he can say I am God. So this particular chapter, this is happening. So Krishna says to Arjuna, you will require divine eyes to see this, and I will give you that divine eyes, and with that divine eyes you can see this Virat Rupa. Okay, So we had completed 7 verses, and we'll start with the 8th verse. Natu mam sakshe drishtum ananeva sa chakshusha divyam dadami te chakshu pashyame yogam aishwaram. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulences. So, this Virat Rupa cannot be seen with the present eyes. One needs divine eyes. So, Krishna gives him divine eyes. Okay. So, let's get into it. A pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his form with two hands. A devotee must see his universal form by his grace, not with the mind but with spiritual eyes. To see the universal form of Krishna, Arjuna is told not to change his mind but his vision. The universal form of Krishna is not very important. Now, this is a very interesting statement here, and I'll explain why. That will be clear in subsequent verses. Yet, because Arjuna wanted to see, the Lord gives him particular vision to require to see that universal form. Devotees are correctly situated in transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by the loving features, not by godless display of opulences. The playmates of Krishna, the friends of Krishna, and the parents of Krishna never want Krishna to show his opulences. They are so immersed in pure love that do not know even that Krishna is the supreme personal Godhead. In their loving exchange, they forget that Krishna is the supreme Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that the boys who let me finish this. Because there are some concepts here. I will come back. It is stated the boys who play with Krishna are all highly pious souls, and after many births, they are able to play with Krishna. Such boys do not know that Krishna is the supreme person Godhead. They take him as personal friend. Therefore, Sukdev Goswami recites this verse. This is in Shrimad Bhagavatam. Here is a supreme person who is considered impersonal Brahman by great sages, the supreme person of Godhead by devotees, and a product of material nature by ordinary men. Now these boys have performed many pious activities in their past lives and are playing with that supreme person of Godhead. The fact that a devotee is not concerned in seeing the Vishwarup, the universal form, but Arjuna wanted to see it is to substantiate Krishna's statement. So that in future people could understand Krishna not only theoretically or philosophically presented himself as a supreme, but actually presented himself as such to Arjuna. So this is the point I was mentioning. That Krishna says, I am in everything, you know, and everything is coming from me. But where is the proof? So Arjuna asks for that Vishwaroop, and that becomes the proof. So if anyone saying I am God, you should tell him, show me a Vishwaroop. And he cannot show his Vishwaroop, we know that. so so that's how Krishna proved that he is the supreme. Arjuna must confirm this because Arjuna is the beginning of the Parampara system. Those who are actually interested in understanding the Supreme Personal Godhead, Krishna, and who follow in the footsteps of Arjuna, should understand that Krishna not only theoretically presented himself as the Supreme, but actually revealed himself as the Supreme. It was not just theoretical showing that I am Supreme, but practically also he showed. The Lord gave Arjuna the necessary power to see this universal form because he knew Arjuna did not want to see it. Because he knew Arjuna did not want particularly to see it, as we have already explained. So why this universal form is not that important? We read that, right? There are few reasons for it, which will again come in the someone joined. Yeah, which will again come in the later shlokas. But I will tell you. First thing is this universal form is changing. Okay, this universal form is changing. Changing in sense is there are a lot of changes happening here, um, and it's a material form. It is not a spiritual form, it's a material form. It's made of the material world now. And third thing is what you can do with this universal form. Can you do anything? Can you have a relationship with this universal form? No, right? You can only pray. You can only pray to this universal form. But in the higher realms of rasas, which we will read in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, one can have relationship with Krishna as dasya, as friend, as vatsalya, as a parent or a conjugal. These relationships we cannot have with the Virat Rupa. Okay, we cannot have with the Virat Rupa. Therefore, devotees are not so interested in this Virat Rupa because there is nothing much to do. Simple, right? Therefore, there is nothing much to do. Indeed, when Arjuna sees this Virat Rupa, and later he prays to this Virat Rupa, and then he says, again come back to your original form. Then Krishna takes 400 form of Vishnu and then takes again 200 form of Krishna. So that happens later. That happens later in the chapter. Because this form is beautiful and horrible at the same time. Why horrible? Because you can see here fire is coming out, and Krishna, he shows that all the soldiers, they are dying in the mouth of the Virat Rupa, because death is also there, na? So it is a very horrible form also. It is beautiful and horrible both at the same time, and you cannot do much with it other than prayers. Hmm? So that's why devotees are not so interested in Virat Rupa form. But then there are some transcendentalists, they want to worship this form, they want to see it. So they will practice their spirituality for seeing this form. But again, this form is not is a material form which is changing. So therefore, in Bhakti Yoga, this form is not so much recommended. The two-handed form of Krishna is recommended. Why? Because one can have relationship with him. And second thing is, the two-handed form of Krishna is the source of this Virat Rupa. So no, the Virat Rupa is not the source of Krishna. The Krishna is the source of Virat Rupa. That is also there. Any questions?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Prabhuji, this the contradiction, this Virat Rupa,
Hmm.
uh, uh,
Yeah, tell
how
me.
to how to phrase my question. See, my question was like you said it is, first of all, it is materialistic, correct? This form is
It is
materialistic.
consisting of the material energy, no?
Yeah, correct.
That's why.
Okay, okay. Whereas the other form is transcendental. Okay, correct.
That form is transcendent.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Yes.
okay, yeah, this is the picture I wanted. Yeah, it should come clean. It's not a clean one. Just a minute. Facebook. No. There are very nice. This is showing four-handed form. Yeah, we can take this picture. I want to take this picture also, because this is what happens later in the this particular chapter. So let me put it with that. So first Arjuna sees this Virat Rupa. He will pray to this Virat Rupa. The Virat Rupa will speak to him. And then he will say, Arjuna will say, come back to your original form. And then from Virat Rupa, he will come to four-handed form of Vishnu. Can you see this four-handed Chatur Bhuja Krishna,
Yes,
Vishnu?
yes, yes,
And then
Prabhuji.
from four-handed, Krishna will be seen, two-handed. Okay.
Hmm.
So this thing is going to happen in as we read, in the later part of this chapter. So I just brought it here because Arjuna's this is a very fearful form also, fearful,
Hmm.
and it is beautiful also. So, but both things are there, and we will read. Actually, we'll read, then we'll know. But yeah, let's go further. Sanjay उवाच एवं उक्त्वा ततो राजन् महायोगेश्वरो हरि दर्शायम् अश पार्थाय paramam rupam aishwaram. Sanjay said, O king, having spoken thus, the supreme lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Universal form. Particular name. Rupam Aishwaram. Rupam Aishwaram. Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. Okay. Anek Vatra Nayanam. Anek. Anek, you know, right? Hindi
Yes,
word Anek.
Anek, many. Yeah,
Many.
very yes. Hmm.
Vatra Nayanam. Nayanam means eyes. Many eyes are there. Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam. Aneka Divyabharanam. Divyane Kodyat
Jit
Atyadhunam.
Ayudam.
Hmm. Divya Malyambaram Dharam. Divya Gandhenulapanam. Gandha. Very, transcendental smell is also there. Sarvascharya, Sarvascha Ascharya, Mayam Devam, Anantam Vishwato Mukham. Many nice words are there. Vaktra is mouth, and Nayanam is eyes, Adbhuta is wonderful. Anek, multiple times is used. Abharam is ornaments. Divyam, Aneka, Udyata, uplifted. Adhuyam is weapons. Lot of weapons he's saying. Malya, garlands, lot of garlands he's saying. Ambara, dresses. Dharam, wearing. Fragrance, I was telling about that. Anulepam, smeared with chandan, Ash, uh, Ascharyamayam. That is wonderful. Devam Ananta Unlimited Vishwatha Mukham. All pervading. Arjuna saw in the universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes. Can you imagine seeing unlimited things? We have this Google Meet, and I'm sharing my screen, right? So this is called infinite. What? See, this goes to infinite. Can you see
Yeah.
this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So it looks very wonderful, but it is bhayanak also,
Yeah.
right?
What is this, Prabhuji? How did you made it?
No. This is when you present the screen, right? It shows
Uh-huh.
what you are presenting, and
Okay.
within that presenting, it will show what you are presenting. Within
Hmm.
that, it will show what you are presenting. So, such this infinite screen is going to come.
Okay.
This you can only see in Google Meet. In
Okay.
Zoom, you don't see.
Okay.
Infinite. What I'm trying to say is, you know, um, you can see such infinite thing, and it's wonderful and it's horrible at the same time.
Horrible. Yes. Yes.
Horrible in sense, it is frightening, right?
Correct. Difficult
Like,
to
yeah,
understand.
yeah. What is happening? What is happening, right? Like, there are many pictures like this. Infinite. Let's see, infinite picture. Yeah, like this. Like this kind of picture.
Hmm.
It's just goes on and on and on. Like this. It's very difficult to view this, right?
Yes.
Uh, Many other pictures are like that, but my point to say is he's seeing all these things. Okay, Arjuna is seeing all such things. So, so definitely he's getting afraid also.
Mm.
Unlimited eyes, unlimited eyes. You know, like let's see, 1,000 eyes.
बादशाहपुर में बदलाव के लिए
1,000 of eyes are going on. Can you imagine seeing this?
Yeah.
It's very dangerous, na, to see all this.
Yeah, true, Prabhuji. Yes.
Oh, here, you know, it's even dangerous.
Yeah.
It's so scary. So this is what he's seeing: thousands of eyes, unlimited eyes. He's seeing, not even 1,000, unlimited. So unlimited hands, unlimited mouths. We can't even imagine, right? So, but all this is brilliant and all that. So he's seeing a lot of brilliance also, and he's seeing wonderful also, and he's seeing horrible also. Horrible, ghastly, and very scary. Everything is going to happen now in one scene. In these two verses, the repeated word of the use many, aneka, is indicated that there are no limit to the number of hands, mouths, legs, and other manifestations. Arjuna is saying these manifestations were distributed throughout the universe. And but by the grace of Krishna, Arjuna could see them while sitting in one place. This is due to the inconceivable potency of Krishna. Arjuna could see it because of Krishna's mercy. Divi Surya Sahasra सहस्त्रस्य दिवि सूर्य सहस्त्रस्य भवेद युगपाद उत्थित यदि भाय सदृशी स्वाद भाष्य तस्य महात्मना. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once in the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. Meaning, how much brightness was there? The brightness was equal to if hundreds of thousands of suns come together at once. Just one bulb on our face is enough to make us blind, right? There are two types of blindness. One is when it is complete dark, and second is when too much of light is put on our face. That is also blinding, right? If you have driven on highways, and um, if the opposite truck or car's headlights shine on you, that is also blinding, right?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. High beam is
Yeah,
very
that high
powerful.
beam is also blinding, right? Now this high beam, turn it to like thousands of high beams on your face, not just one, thousands of it.
Yeah, it is
That is
very.
also blinding. So it is, yeah. There is no words now left for me to explain. What Arjuna saw was indescribable. Yet Sanjay is there to give a mental picture of that great revelation to Dhritarashtra. Neither Sanjay nor Dhritarashtra was present, but Sanjay, by the grace of Vyasa, could see whatever happened. Now he compares that situation, as far as it is understood, to an imaginable phenomena, that is thousands of sun. So he's imagining thousands of sun, but in reality it is like millions and trillions of sun. Okay, when we explain something, we give something that we can understand, right?
Yes, yes,
But the
Prabhuji.
reality could be even more than that. Like, you know, if your child asks, yeah, how big is the ocean? And you are standing in front of the swimming pool, and he's just asking you, how big is the ocean, Papa? What is your answer? You will
Much,
tell
much
him 100 times bigger than swimming pool.
swimming pool. Yeah,
But if the child has understanding of 1,000, then you will say 1,000 times bigger.
yeah.
But if you say million times bigger, then his next question will be,
What
what
is
is
million?
million? What is 1 lakh? What is 10 lakh? Right?
Yes.
So he's trying to explain us. because our number system is very small, na? So
Yeah.
thousands of sun. Tatreka stham jagat krishnam pravibhaktam anekda apashya deva devasya sarire pandavas tada. Now you will see that this particular chapter, right, 11th chapter, has Sanskrit which is complicated. In the later part of this chapter, we will read Sanskrit which is even more complicated. The reason for this is the Virat Rupa is complicated. The Virat Rupa is complicated to explain. Therefore, the Sanskrit also becomes complicated to explain. We will see big verses. We will see. So that's the difference. All the verses in other chapters, right, are very small. I think this is called Anushtit in Sanskrit. The whole Bhagavad Gita is written with that. The Ramayana is written with that. But the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is little complicated. Why? Because it is explaining much more complicated thing, the Virat Rupa. At that point, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansion of the universe situated in one place, although divided in many, many thousands. See, unlimited expansion of the universe situated in one place. Okay, unlimited thing in one place, although divided in many, many thousands. The word tatra there is significant in it. It indicates that both Arjuna and Krishna were sitting on the chariot while Arjuna saw the universal form. Okay, this thing was happening. Both are here and he's seeing the whole universal form. That is what it means by tatra. Others on the battlefield could not see this form because they didn't had the divya vision, divya eyes. Because Krishna gave the vision only to Arjuna. Arjuna could see in the body of Krishna many thousands of planets. As we learn from Vedic scriptures, there are many, many universes, many, many planets. Some of them are made of earth, some of them are made of gold, some of them are made of jewels, some of them are great, some are not so great, etc. Sitting on his chariot, Arjuna could see all this, but no one could understand what was going on. So the whole Milky Way and all that, right? Everything was seen. We know, right, that scientists are taking pictures of the Milky Way and all that. All of this is seen in the body of Krishna. This itself is such huge, right? But
Yes.
everything in one place. Everything in one place. Billions of stars. So he's seeing everything, okay? He's seeing billions of stars, everything. But no one could understand what was going on between Arjuna and Krishna.
Hare
ततः
Krishna.
स विस्मयाविष्टो
Somebody is trying
हृष्टरोमध्वान्तरङ्गितः
to speak, I think.
Hello.
प्राणायाम शीर्षा देवं कृतांजलिर अभाषत. Then
Prabhuji,
Hello.
somebody
bewildered
is
and
trying to speak
astonished.
here. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Somebody is trying to speak here.
The
Am
question.
am I am I not audible?
Yeah. Tell me.
Yes, Prabhu. I have one question. So my
Okay.
question is like Arjuna was given this spiritual eyes, okay, by Krishna. Sanjaya wasn't given, right? So what is the Sanjaya was able to see that Virat Roop or he was not?
So, yeah, good question. Let's
Prabhuji,
see.
in 12th slok, it is given here, by the grace of Vyasa, could
Yeah.
see
That is the thing. That by the grace of Vyasa, he also could see.
whatever happened.
Uh, yeah, that is right. Actually, that Sanjay also got that divine eyes by the grace of Vyasa. Actually, in the 18th chapter, right? There is a lot of noise. You can mute. In the 18th chapter, in the very last end, uh, yeah, Sanjaya says, by the mercy of Vyasa Kripa, I could see all this. And this is the verse he says. Tatcha samsmitya samsmitya rupam ati adbhutam harer vismayo me mahan rajan rishyami cha puna puna. He said, I am remembering that wonderful form of Krishna, and I am struck wonder more and more. I rejoice again and again. Yeah, he could see. See, it appears that Sanjay also, by the grace of Vyasa, could see the universal form exhibited. Uh, Universal form Krishna exhibited to Arjuna. So, Sanjay had already seen the two-handed form of Krishna, right? So when he's saying the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, what is he meaning? He's meaning this Virat Rupa. So he could also see the Virat Rupa. And he got the mercy of Vyasa to see. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like, what to say, a live telecast is happening. And the commentator is actually seeing the match. But through the telecast, we are also seeing that same match. Why? Because of the mercy of television. Like that. Even though we are not in the stadium, but it is live telecasted. So we are able to see. Once the divine vision is revealed, the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna changes immediately. Before Arjuna and Krishna and Arjuna had relationship based on friendship. Did we read this? The bewildered, and then bewildered and astonished, his hair standed on end. Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances, and with folded hands he began to pray to the Supreme Lord. So now, if you see such a universal form, you feel to pray, right? Because you are seeing such a huge form. Anything huge, we like to pray. Same thing was happening with Arjuna. So here that relationship changed from friendship to revelation. And Arjuna is offering obeisances with great respect, and with folded hands, he is praying to Krishna. He is praising praising the universal form. Thus, Arjuna relationship becomes one of wonder rather than friendship. So now it changes to wonder and respect and awe and respect. Great devotees see Krishna as reservoir of all relationships. In the scriptures, there are 12 basic kinds of relationships mentioned, and all of them are present in Krishna. It is said that he is the ocean of all relationship exchange between the two entities, two living entities, between gods and or between Supreme Lord and his devotees. So all kinds of relationships are there with Krishna. Here, Arjuna is inspired by the relationship of wonder. In that wonder, although he was by the nature very sober, calm, and quiet, he became ecstatic. His hair stood up. He began to offer his obeisances unto the Supreme Lord with folded hands. So, so he was basically shocked and praying. Um, have you seen huge mountains of the Himalayas or in hill stations? Anyone has experience of that?
Yes, Prabhu, I've seen.
Yeah. So when that is happening, we feel that greatness, right, to the mountains, right? We feel that we are so small in front of it. So when such a great thing is presented in front of it, we become very small in front of it, and we kind of become uh, what to say?
More humble.
Yeah, more humble kind of thing. So same thing is happening with Arjuna. He's seeing the Virat Roop. So he's not afraid. He's not that kind of afraid, but he was affected by the wonders of the Supreme Lord. The immediate context is wonder. His natural loving relationship was overwhelmed with wonder, and thus he reacted in this way. So he reacted in that way. Arjuna Vacha. Pashyami Devam Stava
So
Dev
I have
Dev.
one more question.
Sure, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
So, so there are two relationship we can see here. Like one man, like Arjuna didn't know the universal form, so he was like in a relationship with Krishna as a friend. Now he has become like a devotee, or like when we see a bigger thing to us, so we got a little respect for the other one. So that relationship had little changed. So which one is the for a devotee, which is the better like preferred relationship? Like it's a friendship, or is it like we should have a respectful? Like these two risks are very different. With friendship, we can do certain things we can do in friendship, which we might not be able to do when we have the relationship that Arjuna is having right now.
Okay. So, so this is a separate topic, but very interesting topic. We are jivas, spirit souls, right? Individual spirit soul. Okay. We are Krishna's part and parcel. There's a verse in 15th chapter which is where Krishna says, Mamay Vansho Jiva Loke, my parts and parcel. These are all my parts and parcel. Okay. Now, we as spirit soul already we have relationship with Krishna. In one of the five primary rasas. In one of the five primary rasas. So first one is called Dasa, servant. Actually, first one is called Shanta. Shantaras. So here, one serves Krishna like a tree, like a fruit, like a water, like clothes, like flute, kind of. Here. Then as Dasa, he serves as servant. Here we have famous example of Hanuman. Here you can say, flute, tree, deer, etc. etc. Cow. In Dasaras, we have servant relationship like Hanuman. You can say Hanuman because we can understand that. Just hold on. आले का तुम्ही खाली आहे ना खाली आहे ना तिथंच थांबा मी एक बुक करतो yeah, just hold on for 1-2 minutes. Okay, so so yes, there are five rasas. So yeah, we talked about Dasaras, servant, Hanuman. Now we are taking Hanuman example in Krishna's pastime. Other in Krishna's pastime, the Gopas and all, some of the Gopas, they are also servant of Krishna. Okay, so I'm right now I'm not taking that name, but yeah. Then second is Dasaras. Just a minute. Sorry. Okay, so Dasaras. Then is Sakyaras. This is friendship. So we can have relationship with Krishna as a friend. Here there are many friends. We'll take Arjuna right now. There are others also, Madhu Mangal, everything in Krishna's pastime. In Lord Ram's pastime, it is Guha, right? Guha the king, he was also friend. Sugriva, that is also, but that is still different, still slightly different. But I'll keep it here only. Then there is Vatsalya. Vatsalya ras is when one serves Krishna as a parent. Here is Vasudev, Devaki, Nanda, and Yashoda, and there are others also where Krishna comes and fifth is conjugal ras. Here one serves as a lover. The gopis are there. There are two types, Gopi and Lakshmi. One is in married, one is an unmarried rasa. Okay. Now the jiva is part and parcel of Krishna. He is already in one of the ras. Okay, in one of the ras he is already present. And when he perfects his life and becomes spiritually advanced, then he regains back into this rasa in the original, in the spiritual world. So when one reaches the spiritual world, he again regains one of the rasas that he was having with Krishna, and he continues there. Okay, that is the philosophy. You got this?
Yes, Prabhu. But
Yeah,
in general, when we like listen to any lecture in ISKCON, so in general we feel that it is more of like Dasya Rasa,
yeah.
because
Now, why
we
the
feel that.
reason it is? See, what I said was, when one perfects his life, okay, when one becomes pure devotee, okay, then he goes back to Vaikuntha planets. I'll take Vaikuntha planets and resumes his service to Krishna in the one of the five rasas. So our relationship with Krishna is one of the five rasas. Okay, right now we are not a pure devotee. So then, um, so therefore, we should start with what the basic was. The basic is considered dasaras. Now, why dasaras? The reason is, whichever other rasas are there, conjugal ras, vatsalya ras, sakhya ras, shanta ras, it has a it has dasaras as the basic. Okay, so let me put sankhya ras. So sankhya ras is actually, sankhya ras, you can say it is like dasaras plus sankhya. Sakhya, actually this is called sakhya. In parent also there is dasya. Okay, but plus it is parental. So all these rasas, they have dasaras there. Okay, you are getting? Even in shantaras there is dasaras. So all of this is, so that's why when we are in the impure state, right now we are in an impure state. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made this very nice. He said, Jivara Swarup hoye Krishnera Nityadas. See, our Swarup is one of these, okay, but we don't know right now. So how to make a general statement? So he made a general statement that our Swarup is Nityadas. We are always servant of Krishna. Okay, and when we become pure devotee, our serving attitude matures into that original Siddha Swarup. Siddha Swarup means our original spiritual body, spiritual relationship. But the Das aspect remains. it becomes more finer. Like I will tell you, let's say, there is this big family and they are having this servant for many years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You will see that under him, some have really grown up. They have become, when they were babies, they started the servant as a baby. Then now that boy is 25 years old. Now the same servant is there. Okay, he's the servant. But his relationship with the baby or with the young man, that is now how it is. Can you imagine? Have you any experience of like that?
Yeah, it will be somewhere like motherly or
Yes. But he's a servant, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. When the Dasyaras matures, then one wants to serve Krishna as a friendly way. When it even more matures, then one wants to protect Krishna. Then he acts like a parent of Krishna. And when one wants to serve Krishna, even more than that, when one acts as a lover of Krishna, like that. So this servant attitude and that love is becoming more condensed and deeper, and and it is going into different rasas. Like a husband wife is there, okay, that relationship is conjugal relationship, okay, but when the husband is sick or the wife is sick, the husband will act like a parent to the wife, isn't it? And the wife will act like a mother to his to her husband, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So but that relationship of conjugal has not changed, okay. Some flavor comes. Let's say the husband and wife are going for picnic, they will act like a friend, isn't it? They will act like a friend.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that in other rasas, the dasya ras is there, okay. So therefore we have to start with dasya ras. Why? Because first thing is, it is impure. We are in impure state. We right now are not even ready to accept that we are servant of Krishna. So first we need to first understand this concept that we are servant of Krishna. Then when we deepen our bhakti, then we start, then we actually there's a progression. Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Tata Bhajana Kriya Anartha Nivritti. Yeah, there's a progression. I'll just show that progression. That verse is there. Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Tata Bhajana Kriya Tata Anartha Nivritti Swat Tata Nishta Ruchis, and then Prema. Asakti Tato Bhavas Tata Prema. So all this, progression is there. Let me, okay. Let me take this few things. Anartha Nivritti. Tatha Nishta Ruchis. Okay, because you are asked this question, so this is the progression of Bhakti Yoga. When we follow Bhakti Yoga, then we have to go through this. So Shraddha. First step is Shraddha. Shraddha is something, trust that we put on something sublime. But here this Shraddha is trust on Shastras and devotees. So first, in Bhakti, till we get to this point, our Bhakti really starts. Once we get a trust on Shastra and devotees, right, then our Bhakti starts to grow. It is there because we chanted holy name and all that, but it is there. Tatha Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha means here we associate and hear from advanced devotees. So our first state is impure state. From impure state we take to Bhakti. First is we then trust on Shastra and devotee. Then we go to Sadhu Sangha. We start associating and hearing from advanced. What do we hear? Krishna Katha, Krishna philosophy, etc. Bhajana Kriya. This is service. Service to Krishna. Mainly this is chanting. and chanting Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Parchanam, Dasa Sevanam, all that comes here. When we are doing this service to Krishna, then Anartha Nivritti is happening. Anartha Nivritti, okay, this tick mark is there, is actually Anartha. Anartha Nivritti. Anartha Nivritti means removal of lust, greed, anger. Simple. There are six anarthas, but these are the main ones: lust, greed, anger. So when we are chanting, associating, everything happening now, what is happening is removal of lust, greed, anger is happening. Then we come to Nishtha. Nishtha is firm. Our bhakti has now become firm. Ruchis. When this firm bhakti increases, it comes to ruchi. And then asakti tatha bhavas prema. Let's take this. Then there is asakti, there is bhava, then there is prema. Okay, we'll take the English words for all these. Anartha nivritti is diminishing of all unwanted things, and nishtha is firm faith. Ruchi is we get a taste. Ruchi is we get a taste in bhakti. This is firm bhakti. Then asakti. Asakti is attachment. Now we are attached to Krishna. Asakti is attachment. Okay. Attachment to Krishna, his name, his pastimes, his devotees, and all that. Bhava. We are getting feelings for Krishna. Are we getting right now feelings for Krishna? Let me put it one more way. 24 hours. Are we getting feeling for Krishna 24 hours? Tell me.
No.
No, right? Okay. We are not at Bhava stage. Then Prema is the not the final stage, but I'll say the achievement. That is love of God. Love for Krishna. Love of Krishna. Here Krishna loves us and we love Krishna. Okay. So, so at the starting, right, we are in impure state. We have to do all these things. We have to get through this anartha nivritti. So till we are in anartha nivritti, right, we have to serve Krishna as a servant only. It is only in the stage of bhava that we start understanding what is our relationship. Okay. And then
Yes,
love
bro.
of Krishna is when we enter into Vaikuntha Lok or we enter into another planet where Krishna is present. Getting? Does that make sense?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So, so yes, why we specify Das? Because you are Das throughout, okay? Only thing is, because we are impure state, we have to only specify Das. So we have to worship Radha Krishna as Lakshmi Narayan in the starting phase. Then when our bhakti deepens, when we reach bhava, feelings for Krishna, then all this is revealed, which one it is. We start liking a particular pastime of Krishna because that's our innate. But that happens at a very, there is no anartha, okay? There is no lust, greed, anger. This is the main point, okay? When there is no lust, greed, anger, then it happens. So it's a higher stage. Right now we are here only. It's a higher stage. Any question on this?
No, bro.
Okay.
Prabhu,
Yeah.
yeah, of this 5 rasas, I have seen people worshipping Hanuman and goddess Lakshmi.
Okay.
But I have not seen people worshipping Arjuna or any other.
Oh, okay, okay. See,
Any particular reason for that, Prabhu,
See,
because
all these rasas are only with Krishna. Okay, they cannot be
okay,
had with Hanuman or Lakshmi.
okay,
Okay, it's with Krishna only, and Krishna avatar. So Krishna avatar is Rama, Narsimha, Varaha, Narayan, Vishnu. So when we are talking about these rasas, it's only with Krishna Tattva, Vishnu Tattva. So it's called Vishnu Tattva. Okay, and
mm,
uh, with other Vishnu Tattva, it is slightly different. Okay, all this is slightly different. But when we talk about Krishna of Vrindavan, then it is very funny also. Like Hanuman, can he make jokes with Ram?
No,
No,
Prabhu.
no, he cannot make jokes with Ram. But in Vrindavan, there are some servants who make jokes with Ram. Not with Ram, sorry, with Krishna.
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 So there is
Okay,
a slight difference, okay? The servant of Ram and the servant of Krishna, they are slightly different in Vaikuntha Loka. But yeah, but the point, I will come back to your question, before I start confusing everyone.
okay,
Yeah, these relationships are with Krishna only. Now your question is, we worship, some worship Lord Hanuman, some worship Lakshmi. Okay,
mm,
why they
yeah,
worship Hanuman? Because he's a great devotee of Lord Ram, and he's very powerful, and he's been given many blessings by the Devatas. Okay, if you go through the story of Hanuman, he was once hit by the Vajra of Indra, and then he fell. Then Vayu became angry because Hanuman is Vayu's son. So he withhold all the oxygen. And then all the devas came to Vayu and said, don't worry, we will get Hanuman back. So when Hanuman was revived, then each devata gave him some blessings. This cannot stop, that cannot happen, you have this much power, etc. etc. So, and he did extraordinary activities in Ramayana, in the story of Ramayana.
yeah,
So, Shastras, they mention that you should worship Hanuman, because then you can overcome certain things. That's why worship of Hanuman is there. He could control he could defeat the planets, right? Certain planets he could defeat. So therefore, in astrology, sometimes worship of Hanuman is there, because he had overcome that particular planet. So if that planet is affecting us, then the astrologer may say you worship Hanuman. When that planet sees that you are Hanuman Bhakta, then he will reduce the intensity of his influence on you. That's how it is. Now Lakshmi, we know why. Why, Baba? Why people worship Lakshmi?
wealth.
For money.
Yeah, because everyone is looking for wealth.
Yeah,
Okay, everyone is looking for wealth. That's why they worship Lakshmi. But for a devotee, a bhakta, he worships whom?
Krishna.
He worships Lakshmi Narayan. He never worships Lakshmi alone. He worships Lakshmi Narayan together. Satya Narayan. Uh, Satya Narayan Puja. In the Satya Narayan Puja, Lakshmi is also there. Na? There is Lakshmi Narayan. Right? There is Sita Ram. There is Rukmani Dwarkadish. There is Radha Krishna. So, for a devotee, it is always together. He will never separate Lakshmi and Narayan. Who separated Lakshmi from Narayan? There was one Rakshas who did that. He kidnapped Lakshmi. Who did that? Who kidnapped? We have famous story.
Ravanasur.
Ravana.
Ravanasur.
Yeah,
Ravanasur.
Ravana. Then what happened to him? Did he become Lakshmi's devotee? No, right? He got killed. Now, who brought Lakshmi back to Ram?
Hanuman.
Hanuman. So our worship is always together. Lakshmi Narayan. We don't worship. A bhakta doesn't see Lakshmi as separate from from Narayan. And when he sees Narayan, he sees Lakshmi together. It is Sri Sri Lakshmi
Yeah.
Narsimha, Sri Sri Lakshmi Narayana. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have discussed a lot of topics today. And it's what? 14:15. Okay, we'll just read this whole and then we'll stop. In the beginning, oh no, sorry, we are reading something else over here. Okay, we'll stop here. Any other question or comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, topmost service in Krishna conscious, Prabhuji. Which one is the topmost service? Krishna conscious.
See, we have to understand it two ways. One way is we are part and parcel of Krishna, right?
Okay, Prabhuji.
So we have one of this rasa already with us. Okay. Already with us means this is our Surupa. One of this is already there. And for us, that is the topmost. So let's say, someone's Swarupa in the spiritual world is Sakhyaras, as a friend. So for him, it is friend. And Krishna will play with him whatever. Friendship. All that relationship with that, and Krishna will be satisfied, you will be satisfied. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
from Krishna's perspective, he can be satisfied from the topmost is considered conjugal. That is from Krishna's perspective, remember. From our perspective, we have one of the rasas and we will be satisfied with that. If we are in conjugal ras, then it is conjugal ras. Now, within conjugal ras, there are two rasas. One is by Lakshmi, one is by the gopis. That is by Radharani. Now, in the Lakshmi case, it is married. Lakshmi is married to Krishna. Okay.
Okay.
Between the two, it is with the gopis. And in the gopis, it is with the Radharani. Why? Because it is see, one love is there is married love, and another one is there is unmarried love. I would say unmarried in sense a paramour love. Married love we understand, right? Husband wife, very easy. And paramour love is love between or let me put that, love with another's wife. Let me put it this way. So this is called paramour love. So this married love is happening with Lakshmi. Paramour love is with Radharani. Radharani is married to Abhimanyu, who looks like Krishna. Okay, Abhimanyu is shadow of Krishna. And she runs to Krishna wherever he is. So this particular paramour love is very intense. It is more intense than married love. We see this in material world also. Isn't it? If there is some paramour love going on, it is very intense. It is so intense that they will run away, they may kill somebody. Isn't it? That is what the material world is. It is not allowed. This paramour love is not allowed here. But in the spiritual world, Krishna makes it because this love is more intense. So therefore the conjugal ras of the gopis is the topmost. Does that help? Yes, Prabhuji, you understood how it is the topmost?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Because it is the most intense love, na? It is the topmost.
Okay.
See, when we also see, right? Our child is growing. So it is very attached to us, parent, But the moment the child becomes teenager and he may have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, we see, right, that their attachment towards the opposite sex is much stronger, even though we loved them as parents. Isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
So
Okay.
the reason for that is because our world is a reflection of the spiritual world. In the 15th chapter, we are going to read this. Yeah, our world is a reflection of the spiritual world. So whatever is happening in our world, right, is already happening in the spiritual world. But the thing is, in the spiritual world, everything is absolute. So therefore, the sadness over there is still happiness. The violence over there is still happiness. The paramour over there is still happiness only. But in the material world, the paramour becomes distress, right? It breaks families, it makes big sadness and all that. So therefore, in the material world, certain rasas are not there. I mean, certain rasas have different ending, especially the paramour. This is not allowed. Okay. But in the spiritual world, that becomes the intense love. So that is what is happening. And that's how the conjugal love is there, is the topmost. I'll tell you one pastime. Sorry. Where is our, huh? So there is a particular kunda in Vrindavan. I don't remember. Maybe it's Mansi Ganga. Mansi Ganga. So it's a particular kunda, and then uh, Krishna with Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda come to that kunda on a particular day. On that particular day, all the Brijvasis come to that Kunga. Why it is called Mansi Ganga? Now, as the word says, it is Ganga. So that particular day is a holy day, and one has to take bath in Ganga. So Ganga appeared in Vrindavan as Mansi Ganga. So all the Brijvasis came, to take bath in Ganga. So Krishna came with Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, and all his Brijavasis, everybody, friends, everyone. And then Radharani also came with Vrishabhanu and her friends, her mother, everyone came. They live in two separate villages. Krishna, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda live in Nandagaon, and Radharani and her parents, they live in Barsana. Okay, they came to this Mansi Ganga, and they were having that bath, taking bath in Ganga. Now, parents are there, friends are there, all kinds of relationships are there, isn't it? Yes. Parents are there, friends are there, servants are there, Shantaras people are also there. So Krishna should be happy, right? Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
But because conjugal love is there, na, what would happen is Krishna and Radharani, they would go inside the Mansi Ganga. They would deep dive inside Mansi Ganga and they would meet each other. Can you imagine the intensity of love over there? Can you imagine? Everyone is there, family members, everyone is there. All kinds of relationships are there. But this intensity of meeting with each other, that conjugal love, is very strong. That when everyone is there, still they want to meet other. And because they cannot meet openly, what they do? They go deep inside Mansi Ganga, and they meet under the water. And that is how they are having pastimes. You're getting?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. So,
Hare Krishna.
okay. I hope all questions are answered. Or any last question, any doubt anyone having? Any last question?
No, Prabhu.
Okay. 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 So we'll stop here. We'll meet